welcome to the Football Overseas YouTube channel. We are live for World Cup 2026 Group L predictions and preview. And this is where World Cup starts to get serious. We're in Group L and we're doing a World Cup preview for Group L. So let's start off. Expectations. So England enters into this group L as favorite. England enters in this group L as favorite with people that have amazing attackers like Hurricane. Hurricane will be looking to end the England record with his last World Cup with a golden boot, and he's one of those strikers where you'll say that he's in the shout for the golden boot race in that World Cup. Also among Mbappe, Messi, those guys, but he's among those guys. But expectations: England and Ghana, Croatia and Panama face this different World Cup expectation, ranging from title ambitions to breakthrough goals with verifying very historical clock. England is managed by the German man Thomas Tuchel. The expectations from England, the world, and the passionate football, the passionate fan base consistently expect them to go deep into the tournament, fueled by their star stand roster and its coming home pressure. They are routinely viewed as tournament favorites or top contenders. Every World Cup they viewed as that. And my expectation for England this time, I view England as one of the top four favorites to win the World Cup. Yeah, obviously my favorite to win the World Cup are Argentina, Spain, England, France, and England is among them. England, where they see England is a competitive force. England is one of those competitive force that I see will record this World Cup. England could, if England pushes to the final, they can go to the semi-final. And because last time out, England was knocked out in the quarter-final round, yeah, they are eliminated by France 2-1 in a highly contested match. And the best performance in a World Cup performance was in 1996, where they were crowned champions. They won the only title on home soil. So this time, they're traveling to USA, Canada, Mexico, USA, Mexico, Canada, with an expectation to win the World Cup trophy. But will they manage to? Most likely not. That English, what do I think of the England call up to the World Cup? I feel like he left out a lot of. That was a controversial call up, to be honest. He left out a lot of good players. That call up improved England's squad. There are better players that I will have mentioned in that squad to help England to win the World Cup, but he selected the team either way. So if he selected a better team, I'll have said England will slate it to the quarterfinals, to the semi-finals. But with that team that he selected, I feel like England will be knocked out in the quarterfinals, same round as last time out. But last time out, the last time equivalent of this time equivalent of last World Cup quarterfinal is round of 16 because this time around there is one extra knockout stage round. Yeah, there's round of 32, then round of 16, then also the semi-finals, then final. In 2022, it was round of 16, quarterfinals, semi-finals, final. But for England, it will be a quarter-final run, semi-final run. Yeah, so that's what I think England will have most likely. Yeah, to be a strong semi-final run, and I feel like England will perform quite well this time around. Close the door. Yeah, so I feel like England will their best performance, they'll break that record of reaching quarterfinals. They have been having a challenge of reaching semi-finals because of one way or another. I felt like World Cup 2022, they could have reached the quarterfinals, the semi-finals if it wasn't a missed penalty, but it is what it is. Either way, they will have been knocked out in the semi-finals. But England's full potential, they can't. England squad can reach the semi-finals, but most likely they'll reach quarterfinals and be knocked out there. For Ghana, Ghana's expectation is Ghana is known as a historical for formidable African powerhouse. For Ghana, the fans expect them to play with flair and advance past the group stage and cause upset against high-ranked team nations. The last World Cup that knocked out in the group stage in 2022 World Cup where they were put in a group of Uruguay, Portugal, and South Korea. I think that's a group. Yeah, they're put in that group, and they finished bottom of that group, falling at 3-2, despite a 3-2 win over South Korea. So it shows that Ghana has potential to upset some teams. Um, Ghana's best performance in a World Cup is 2010 World Cup, which was hosted in South Africa, where Ghana reached the quarterfinals, but they were heartbrokenly eliminated by penalties after a famous handball incident. Yeah, they don't. They Yeah, so that's what happened. So that's what started the rivalry between Ghana and Uruguay because of that handball incident as well. But apart from that, where I see Ghana performing in this World Cup 2026, Ghana 2026, I see Ghana. We look for it. Yeah, I see Ghana being a punch bag. This World Cup 2026, I see Ghana being a punch bag. Ghana won't be as dominant as they were in the 2022 World Cup. Yeah, most likely where they see Ghana finishing in this World Cup group of with England. Most likely Ghana is placed in a tough group with England, and it will be harder for Ghana to qualify. They have to face against teams like Croatia. Yes, they beat South Korea, and South Korea is like equivalent. It's like the European version or the Asian version of Croatia. Yeah. So for Ghana, most likely they'll finish third. There's still some points here and there. Obviously, there's still points from Croatia, but they'll be beaten by England. Most likely they'll be beaten by England, and they'll beat Panama as well. So Ghana is finishing third. But I see England finishing. I see England finishing top of the table, 7 points. Yeah, England will find it difficult to play against Croatia. They'll drop some points to Croatia. Yeah, that World Cup, that collab, I feel like could drop some points to Croatia, but they'll comfortably beat Ghana and Panama as well. Yeah, so next next team is Croatia. Croatia, what are the expectations set to this World Cup? The the recent predictably create massive expectations. The world expects them as a giant killer. That's what Croatia is known for, to be a giant killer. And they expect them to navigate the knockout stage. Last time out, Croatia finished in the semi-finals. They won the third place playoff against Morocco. That was in 2022. And the best performance was 2018 World Cup where they reached the final, but they failed to beat France after finishing third in 1999, 1998. That was before reaching us semi before reaching runners-up in the World Cup group in the World Cup 2018. But apart from that, where they see Croatia finishing this two group, I see Croatia finishing fifth, second place, 5 points. They'll score the same amount of goals as England will score, but the difference between England and Croatia will be England will win one more game that Croatia hasn't won. Croatia will end Croatia will end the group stage unbeaten. They'll not lose to England. They'll get two draws against Ghana and England, and they'll beat Panama. So that's the difference between England and Croatia is that they'll beat Ghana and they'll beat yeah. So that's the difference. And Croatia, I feel like will concede one more goal than England will. But apart from that, yeah. So apart from that, where I see Croatia finishing, or what are my thoughts on Croatia? Croatia is a good side, a very good side. I put Croatia as a dark horse. They are an elite dark horse. They are teams where you cannot underestimate. And where I see Croatia finishing, I see Croatia finishing in they'll obviously advance to automatic knockout stage. So advance past round of 32, they'll advance to round of 16, and they'll not make it past the round of 16. England will manage to advance past the round of 32, round of 16. Most likely, England will be knocked out in the quarterfinals, but they can push for semifinals though. Yeah. Uh-huh. So Panama, we all know Panama is a team that is there for every other team to collect points against. What are the expectations from the nation? Panama, the expectation is the world and Panama view them as underdogs. By qualifying for the World Cup is seen as massive success for Panama. Clay, it's massive success to qualify for the World Cup, but they are expected to be defensively disciplined and play with pride because Panama qualify for the World Cup. So the as a massive success. And the last World Cup performance was in the group stage 2018, where they made their historic debut and scoring their first World Cup goals after failing to win a match. But failing to win a match, that the best performance was that group stage 2018. They didn't qualify for the 2022, but they're back in the 2026. Panama, um, Panama will continue to score goals, but the defense will be leaky. That's my expectation. Panama's defense will be very leaky. The attack won't score many goals, but they'll score goals. They'll score the same amount of goals as Ghana. But the difference between Ghana and Panama is Ghana's defense is more airtight than Panama's. Panama's defense is more of like a paper padlock defense. Yes. Um, Panama, where they see Panama performing. Panama, I see Panama letting this. I see Panama being a punch bag in this tournament. Yeah, I see Panama being a punch bag. I don't see them doing that well, and Panama will be a punch bag. Yeah, and I think that brings the thing to an end. So, a quick review. My top players prediction will be England 7 points, 6-3. Second place Croatia, England 7 points, 6-3. Second place Croatia, 5 points, 6-4. Third place Ghana, 4 points, 4-4. And fourth place Panama, 0 points, 4-9. Yeah. Apart from that, I'd like to thank you guys for joining this stream. It's one of these World Cup streams that have officially ended. I'm done with Group L. Official predictions will be done in June. But obviously, this is a club preview, but I know my camera is off. It is because my camera lighting is not working as such. So that's why. But apart from that, I'll see you guys next time on the Football of CCT channel. I'm about to head on to the next World Cup stream, and it's back to back. And I think the next one I'll start it at around 1:30. Yeah, I'll start it around 1:30. That will not be a World Cup stream. It will be a Man United season review. Yeah. So watch out Look out for that because it will be at 11:30 p.m. 11:30 a.m. UK time. Apart from that, if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel. 4 subs away from 1K subs. Like the stream,